Greetings, Dragon Knights, AlphaStorm here, and once again, massive thank you for listening to the album. Of course, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. Go check it out, go buy it, go stream it, whatever. I'm not going to get paid very much for this album anyway, because I never get paid very much. I have been uploading music for you to stream and buy and all that fun stuff for almost 3 years at this point. And in that time, I've only made a little over $30. Anyway, where are we going from here? What is next for the YouTube channel, I bet you're asking? And the answer is exactly the same thing I did all of last year. Pretty much same scheduling, always Saturdays at 2 p.m. PST. Saturdays? No. Pretty much the same scheduling, always Sundays at 2 p.m. PST. Video game guitar covers, the lot. But I'm presenting myself with a number of challenges for this year. First of all is the new audio interface and new amp software, the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 audio interface, and Line 6 Helix native. That is a challenge in itself because I'm still getting used to these pieces of equipment because I'm still learning the ropes of them. So as it stands, I'm going to be spending a lot of time fiddling about with stuff for my YouTube videos. There's going to be a number of changes throughout the year. My lead sound is going to change, so is my rhythm sound, so is my bass sound. My drum sound may change as well. Throughout the year, things are just going to change a lot. This is going to be another transitionary year. As it turns out, apparently, every single odd number here is going to be a transition year for this YouTube channel. Who would have thought that's possible? Transitioning from nothing into doing shitty improv covers into doing video game covers. That's one transitionary year. 2020 was a thing that happened. That's all there is to say about that. And then 2021 is going to be yet another transitionary year. There's going to be a lot of changes happening throughout the year. Also, the new camera. You may have already noticed that. I have a new camera that I'm experimenting with to do videos with. I used it for a few videos in the first part of my 2019 videos. I used it as a main filming camera. It is a Canon EOS 6D, which I have also used, as far as I can remember, in one video last year, which was Chemical Plant Zone. That video happened to look a little bit different. It also happened to be colored differently, so the colors are a bit more natural in most of the videos from here on out, because there's actual natural colors, and the camera's better, and the sensor's better. It's not a shitty camcorder like that Canon Vixia I was using. So this camera is going to be the new inclusion, and you may notice there's a wide range of space that I can exist in videos. It's a wide-angle lens I'm specifically using. And that means I now have better camera angles and the camera can be closer, which means I have more space to do shit with, which is great because I always felt restricted with the friggin' camcorder I was using before. Also, I'm doing medleys. More medleys, a lot of them. Specifically 10 of them this year. I have 10 planned, which is great news because I'm normally terrified to do medleys. They're not easy. However, the challenge I'm presenting myself for medleys is, first of all, to make them at least 5 minutes long, not counting the end card. The very first medley, which is coming out at the end of this month, is not going to be that long, and that's because I didn't set this challenge for me until about 3 days ago when I'm filming this, and that was after I had already finished the arrangement for that particular medley. But after that, medleys I'm setting to be at least 5 minutes long. I'm not worried about number of songs in the medley, just has to be 5 minutes long at least. And I'm doing them at the end of every month, because that sets a really good challenge for myself. Like I said before, I'm not good with medleys. Rather than not do medleys at all this year, I'm doing 10 of them from this month, March to December. I need to figure out how I'm going to end this year, because it is going to end with a medley. It's either going to be a credits theme medley or something else, whatever I decide finishes off the year best. I don't know how it's going to be, though. I'm filming this, actually, in January. So I actually will not find out what the last medley of the year is going to be until about 6 months from now. Anyway, yes, more medleys, all that fun stuff. And for those medleys, there's going to be some unique filming situations because I'm not going to be filming them live. Pretty much all my covers up to this point, aside from the staff roll theme from Super Mario 64 have been live recorded. I'm not going to do that with the medleys because I want the medleys specifically to have a more music video feel to them, and that also gives me more flexibility with how camera moves are. And one other thing that I can think of off the top of my head is the fact that there's a new link in the description. Due to licensing reasons and how much it would cost me, I cannot release my covers through Spotify. It costs me $1 a month to license covers to release on Spotify and on iTunes and stuff like that. And that's not money I have. There's 60 covers I'd be releasing aside from medleys, because medleys are just impossible to license anyway. Rather than make any major profit off of the covers normally, which I don't want to do anyway, I have instead placed a Google Drive link in the description of every single video from here on out. If you want to download any of my covers at all, whether that be Chemical Plant Zone, Bob on Battlefield, any of the covers from last year in 2019, if you want to download them to use in any projects you have, you can go to the link in the description and download them from there. This is not illegal. I want to make that perfectly clear. This is not an illegal move on my part. First of all, I'm not freely distributing the original tracks. This would be a different situation. This is like Silva Gunner and Brawl kind of things. I'm not directly ripping the music from the games to put onto the internet for you to download and use freely. That is not my goal. This is original arrangements and covers that I've done entirely myself, which I am giving away for free. And you may be asking, why are you giving them away for free? That's all your hard work and effort that's going away. And the answer to that is simply for the fact that I don't want to make money directly off of covers. I barely even want to make any money directly off of my original music. It's a bonus considering I'm releasing it through Spotify and iTunes. You know, money's great. I can fund it directly back into my YouTube stuff and buy equipment. But money isn't really a forethought for me. It's making the best music that I can and producing the best music that I can. Rather than, if you're on iTunes, make you have to pay for the album, or like through Spotify, make you have to pay that way, especially for covers like this, I am instead giving away the covers themselves for free and requesting that if you want to support my music in any way, once again, if you want to support my music in any way, Patreon is the way to do it. My Patreon link has always been in the description, so if you ever want to pay me in any way regarding my music stuff, go to the link in the description, choose how much you want to pledge to my Patreon page, and you'll get access to videos early, special Discord perks depending on how much you've paid to my Patreon. And if you pay enough, you also get access to merchandising items. I'm probably going to create a crowdfunding goal of some variety, where if you want tabs, and I can afford to make tabs with the money that you guys give me for this, I will happily create tabs for the specific arrangements of my covers, and you guys can learn how to play specifically what I'm playing. However, making tabs is time consuming, and this is going to make me sound like a massive dick, but I need an incentive for it. I've needed an incentive to make the covers that I've been making generally, and I have that incentive. It's getting viewers, getting people to see my stuff. That's a perfect incentive. However, for making tabs themselves, that's something that I'd want a number of patrons for. So if you want tabs, Patreon's the way to do it, and because I put a lot of effort into the tabs generally, it seems only fair that you pay for them. Anyway. Hold up, just gonna cut here in the middle, enjoy this wonderful face for the next couple of minutes. There were a couple things that I didn't mention when I was filming this video because I hadn't made these decisions yet. This was recorded roughly a month and a half in advance. These decisions that I have now made weren't made at the time. So, here are those decisions. Number one, I'm going to live stream all of the production of the medleys, with the exception of the first three, because those are already done, aside from video recording. The medleys for June through December will be streamed live on Twitch. So head over to twitch.tv/AlphaStorm73 when I announce that I'm going to be going live, and you can see the behind-the-scenes production of medleys. They will always be streamed a month in advance, so the medley for June will be recorded in May. And July's will be recorded in June, etc., etc. And I will record all the parts separately, so I'll do the arranging and drum track one day, and then I'll do the bass the next, and then the rhythm guitars, and then the leads, and then all the extracurricular stuff like clean guitars and acoustic guitars will be recorded separately, just because I feel like I'd do better with them without streaming them. I'll announce when I'm going to be going live with the production, so you can head over to my Twitch page when I announce it, and I'll be streaming the production. Second is a number of Patreon stretch goals that I made. Patreon has this feature where you can set stretch goals for certain donations or number of patrons per month, and I've set up a couple of those, and by the time you're seeing this, they should be publicly available on my Patreon page. So if you want any of the two things I'm about to say, then you can support me on Patreon and they will be made public, specifically for level 2 and up patrons. So for $50, I will publicly release all of the guitar tones that I made that I didn't outsource from other parties. My bass tone for a little while was outsourced from CS Guitar 89, and my clean tones were outsourced from, well, my current clean tones that you're going to be hearing for the next little while were outsourced from the Line 6 Custom Tone website, so I'm not going to be publicly releasing those because they're not mine. But all of the rhythm guitar and lead guitar tones that I did make myself will be released publicly once I reach $50 a month, and these will be available for level 2 and up patrons. And second, and I think this is even more important than the tones, which is why it's set for $100 a month, is publicly releasing tabs for all of my covers going forward. All of the medleys are just going to have tabs regardless, but the rest of my covers that I record live are not going to be, generally will not be tabbed out unless I have a specific reason to tab them out. So once I reach $100 per month, I will tab out every single one of my covers going forward, or for as long as I'm above $100 a month. And again, this is available for level 2 and up patrons. That is the extent of everything that I have to say. I'll let you get back to the outro, and I will go back to the dark depths of trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do for all the medleys this year. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go back to my dungeons and whip up the best covers that I possibly can do. Of course, I will see you guys tomorrow for the Christmas vlog from Christmas 2020, where I unboxed my new equipment and tested out the new sound stuff. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow for that video. And as always, thank you very much for watching, Dragonites. Stay classy and remember a dragon is only as strong as you let it be. I'll see you in the skies.